Alrighty, hello and welcome y'all. I'm coffee to show you Devlog number something. I'm trying to get the money value working. I made a new money value. Job value is so yeah, no problems about that. So when we drop it down the display, I just thought about it. We want it to still go to the display so it doesn't have a meltdown. I was trying to record this before, but then it didn't want to show off to you guys, so maybe it does want to show off. Who knows? Who bloody knows, you know? Let's make cookies. One. I need a second egg. I guess as long as it's not a fish item, so you can pick up things. 1, 2, 3. I need to refine that so that it's a bit more like, you know what? If you have, it's a bit more like more unified in a way. So if you have an empty hand, you're more likely to know where you need an empty hand or not, instead of like thinking let's work on. That makes sense. But there is more of a refinement problem later. That's a nice things. Not yet. There we go. Now, yeah, that's more of a thing for like later to refine the wording on things, which is like a really easy thing to solve and all. At least. But you guys can't get what I mean by that. It's just like it's the way of solving the nice problems. Look at my internet's having a meltdown. Like, oh my god. Internet melt, you know? And if we can order save order amount, oh my god. Why all these numbers like to have heart attacks, you know? We gotta wait till 5 o'clock, you know, for open time. I still haven't changed the hours back. Probably should testing reasons for myself, but I think about starting about an hour before would be a good way to introduce the player. How's your lives out there in the wilds? I think ornament shipping will be this. Should go if we need it. Oh no. Okay. Order amount saved, order amount, so none of the math fucking the math is working. I got this all the long way around. Yeah, probably saved amount. Saved amount is a bit important. Oh, I thought I did not still get that math, damn it. The math is really complicated and annoying. This is about ordering. It's not like that. It's not like it's super like complicated math where you have to do a freaking bloody dance. Like I've done math like that. No, it's not dance math. That's what we're gonna call it now. Math where you do the dancing. You know, you guys get what I mean. Like that math where you have to really do go from one side to the other side and everything like that in between. That's just a huge pain in the ass. Or you don't understand what I mean because I'm Kelly went for the smart math class. I was in the second top math class, you know, like you get science is the one I went to the top class in school. Although that's not saying much. My school was like, you know, like the pinnacle of like Waf Australian, but not, but it's still, you know, still tamed because it wasn't like Papa Willow. I mean, that is a whole different beast if you've never heard anyone talk about Will Australian schools. Like, oh my god. But I think it's a very, I don't know, I feel like up in like Queensland, like this is a very New South Wales experience where the schools are like as rough as I'm saying they are. Like, I don't know, it's either the fact that it's still like where I went to high school was a town, a large town, or a town, I guess, not really that large, but it was still a reasonable size, especially for the area it's in. Like, it was one of the bigger size areas, but it wasn't like one of the main areas you went to, but then you would have went to the city. Yeah, poor little bugger. Poor little area it was. It was like I said, it was like one of those places where it's like built up and, but because it was so built up near places, like you wouldn't like, especially in that area, you would not be going to it if you were like you live out in the willow bush, like because I basically pretty much lived in that area, and like that was like I think you know that, but it's like it's pretty interesting too, coming from that background and culture, like how much you learn that. Like learn all about the geography of that area too. Like you remember which ones are like, you know, got shit in it, like what towns have things in it that you can go to and all that. It was pretty interesting. Like that, it's like a large town, but it's also like over in New South Wales, and it's like if it's New South Wales schools could be that high. Maybe it's different, like you know, in the city life, but that's why I'm a bit on the fence because like the difference between all the like we hear about all the Queensland stuff, like the difference between those is that these people are like in the city, like pop city as well, and then like large city, like the whole like I guess like south east Queensland is really built up. Like it is the next most built up area up this way. Like there's like a whole huge gap between here and between Brisbane and Sydney. And probably the one that our area had a lot of population too. That's actually oddly enough that area that I once lived in was one of the bigger populations of the north end of New South Wales. It's just like wow. Because out of the Cindy, what you consider Cindy range, pretty much. But I think it still might include some of those that are just outside that Cindy range. But that's pretty interesting to think about, like how little build up that area is. I don't know what's going on with numbers, okay? I'm ready to throw them out the window. If they were physical paper, you know? Type of situation. Oh, we got double greens. I don't know. I feel like the tea is really easy to do, but the coffee is still like an interesting one to do as well. I don't know. The biggest thing is that, well, it works for the people who play these type of games, like, you know. So it is kind of annoying that I went for a wheel 180 with the game, something like What's Outside, to this one. Don't ask me why, but I did. I make whatever game I want to make. But I wouldn't be surprised if this does appeal to a higher audience, or to a much more range of audience than something like What's Outside. What's Outside was a very intense game, and it's a very intense game. But I do feel like, you know, out of everything, it does serve its purpose, like, to the dot. Number 4, yeah. I really have a little binge. Okay, so math is a complete mess, but you know, at least they give me something. You know? Does it need to be updated or whatever? Oh, hang on. That's the one thing. Yeah, very interesting. Oh, what? Store amount, order amount. Okay. Store amount to be greater than that. Okay. I have to sit back and really think about how to do the math. The stored amount. What if instead, we should have used stored amount. Oh. The problem with stored amount is I don't know how much is out in the open. So it's meant to use the saved order amount. Which equals order amount. Order amount. This is kept its value. As soon as I add the new belt, it's like, no, I'm gonna be a good bugger. Sure, mate. What a pain it is sometimes, isn't it? You know how it's gonna go. It's because I'm gonna have problems with it then being individual. I think that's what happened before, actually, with being individual, and then when I want it to be the same. I think that's pretty much what happens. It either wants to be the same or individual whenever I don't want it to be, you know? It's just like, I want to be myself, man. Let me be myself. And I'm like, no. Just ain't got the same value, dude. I thought I got the math, you know? Kind of annoying. So what's meant to do is get a the order amount. So if I make this 2, 2, boom. I'll take this out. Then I put this back in. Then read the order amount, please. could always go minus in this too, saying stored amount. Could do that as well. Stored amount, using store amount. I'll have to figure out what order to put in. Store amount. This is probably the wrong order minus the saved order. So store amount could likely be, no, store amount will never be, should never be greater than saved order. It can only be equal to the saved order amount. Okay. So save order amount, we can actually go, I'll knock this out, minus maybe for the difference. So we can go saved order amount. So we can go whatever item is in storage plus, we have another item map here. You can go like the available different orders. Oh, I'm just doing the same thing over again in a different format. So different orders could be saved. So saved format. We might as well go. We actually might want to save order. So we want to save the order amount first. If we want to do order amount, item dot order amount, you'll know. Now we want to find the difference, so it will be the order amount minus stored amount. So that should give us a new value that we use. So then store amount should equal plus and equal whatever is in there. And then that should equal store amount, and then should be minus the order difference. So in other words, we might not need this. Yeah, that would have probably been a more simpler way to do it in the first place, maybe. Fine. Isn't that just fun? You figure out how to do the simple way. I thought I was doing a more anyway, but no, it's actually the more simple way. Even if it gets me the same result. So the order amount, well, I guess order amount can also go buddy. No, damn it. Order stored amount can also go underneath the other amount too. That's probably why I did the other way, because it's an unstable like calculation. Not one amount's gonna be you know, greater than the other. I'll see what it does, but I don't think it'll work. Ugh. One, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yeah, let's go. Woo! Shove that in the oven. So what are you guys' favorite cookies? almost like the, I don't know, I think that I like the plain and milk chocolate type of cookie, you know? Especially when those big ones are really good. What about you guys out in the wilds? Or you want to go fancy with more decoration? Yeah, sometimes I get sprinkles, and then you also get coconut as well. Coconut's not too bad. I feel like in Australia you just put coconut in like everything. Especially when it comes down to more like traditional Australian recipes. Coconut goes in everything. Don't ask me why, but it does. I mean, it's kind of nice actually. I can tell why. I can probably tell why it does. Hmm. I was slowly losing one for some reason. That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, see how that's unstable? So we have to go back to the other method. But we have to fix it up in a way that'll make it work. Could be ordering problem as well, the way we order. One should be the solution to the problem. Bookmark that for later. He's not making a new burger, and it's like, why? Grandparents, I want you to make new burgers now, man. Okay, let's make more cookies. More cookies! We all want to see more cookies. Let's be honest, man. Cookies also work without any egg in them as well. If you ever want to curious out there in the wilds. And then butter is pretty easy to find an alternative for. Like, you can usually find an alternative for butter. But egg is actually probably one of the hardest ones, but it's actually one that you can probably knock out because it's not really, unless you're a witch, it's not really worth getting egg for, you know, for the purpose of just making baked goods out of them, unless you need a lot of egg. I mean, it's a difference when the whole thing depends on, you know, the egg inside of it to you know, only having one or two eggs, which only like is in total ingredient, you know, pretty much. You guys get what I mean? Like, it sums up as an ingredient that is not as needed as something like egg would never be like the equivalent to taking out flour, you know. Egg does do something to the baked goods, but not as like much as let's say you don't put flour in, like, or you know, even the flour. I guess you put like something of flour alternatively. You probably use starch actually as type of flour, because you can definitely use if you don't have starch when cooking. You can definitely use flour. It just takes more flour, and the starch is basically from flour as well, so it's from the same destination in a way. I guess unless you get it from a different plant or different thing, you know. Ugh. But it's pretty interesting, isn't it? That unless you like egg, like, yeah, enough if you're into egg, you know what I mean? Yeah, something sus about that one. Got 40 cookies in it? God, what are my cookies? I wish 40 cookies too, man. I don't know where that one is. Yeah, you know. Oh, it did kind of solve itself out in a way. Okay. Huh. It is a head scratcher, that one is. Oh, do I really need to? Oh, what if we do order amount minus storage amount? No, hang on. Saved order amount minus storage amount. No storage. Yeah, save order amount minus storage amount. We might need it from the available. Difference. Might actually leave it misspelled. Cut that out. It's that, and then be storage amount. Would be, bloody hell is. That won't work either. This is annoying. I'm not in the. I'm not in the point. I'm not in the mindset to do this kind of math either. Like when I was doing it before, I kind of was more. When I was touching it yesterday. See, it does take out storage, right? It's just adding it to the storage is my problem. Which is fun, you know? What the hell did I do to you to make you not like, do all of a sudden save your value? Like, excuse me, man? I didn't do anything much. I did do something, but not really a thing that would give me that outcome. And if it did, I'm confused. Left me back last year, man. Although I definitely feel like there's a time of COVID where those years were a blur, you know? I did not like with that. It was coffee, at one point probably the gym, and then it was game development. I mean, this was part of the problem at one point as well, when poor bugger was. 1, 2. So my dropout is, I think it's all that when we set it down right. I have 35. I only got 55. Yeah, I wanted to save order amount. I did it separate so then you wouldn't have too much collage. The saved all amount 16 plus 20. So it should have been 36. Why did it get to that other number? I don't know. Oh, all the tables are full. We're getting all the green knife today, man, the look of it. Oh yeah, boom, look at the skills. Boom. Black and green, yeah. Definitely feel like the teapots are really easy to go really fast. Oh, it's river. I thought it was green. Thinking too much green, you know? Thank you, says. There we go. I think we just gotta figure out what is the, you know, what's always gonna be the greater number or something like that, or what's always gonna be the lowest number. I don't think I'll put that worked out properly. I feel like there's always so much you have to think about sometimes, especially with this game. But even with the code in general, it's just like you have to be patient and be precise as they come. You know? You can't just tell it to go over the mountain, you gotta tell how to go over the mountain, how many steps to take, and everything else in between, like, you know? You know, like some issues I'm wondering lately, because I keep calling my sibling, you know? And I always hate when someone asks me, like, and the brother or sister, I'm just like, excuse me? I do not know how to respond to that because that does not sound like the best question to ask someone. Like, excuse me, but I'm calling my sibling for a reason, you know? If you guys get what I mean, like, why do I need to explain to them and explain to someone that either my sibling is a boy or girl, man? Excuse me? I don't know, I feel like in a way it does need to be normalized a bit more. But in a way too, I feel like, especially with the way I always speak, I feel like it's easier to get away calling my sibling because, especially like, I've said that multiple times in my speech, you know. I'm just seeing my phone. I actually got a text from one of like the group dudes that I put my email in. I probably should have gave my email to all of them, you know, in the out groups. And see what they all do. Or what I've done, man. Because I went to a nice little cool open day and like made a few cups, bits of paper, man. You know, could have like, I couldn't afford a workshop at the time, but you know, at the same time I was kind of glad I didn't, you know, didn't have the money for the workshop because I felt like I had tried out more stuff in just, you know, looking around, you know. Yeah, that's been my problem of like the week lately is that people always ask me, boy or girl, and I'm just like, what do you need to know? The general my sibling. It's my sibling, man. I don't know if it's gotten worse lately or not as well. Like, that could also always be a problem. If you guys get what I mean. Just like, why do you need to know that, man? And I feel like it's like, is this a warning bell or not? And my lack of knowledge, you know? I mean, I guess you guys can out there if your siblings are like being called siblings, like give it a go and see what are people's attitudes out there in the wilds, like towards the idea of calling your sibling, like just saying it's. I don't know. I feel like sometimes someone have a heart attack because of the replacement for they. Like, excuse me. I want more than general neutral words openly in my vocabulary. And then there's like one with mate when it comes to Australian slang. If some Australian does call you mate, if you're a woman, don't take too much offense on it. It is basically meaning that it basically is a general neutral term in Australia slang. You know, like I feel like I get somebody looks like I was calling even when I call a dog mate, like it's like the most common thing, you know. We call everything mate. It was like that's like the number thing I call a dog is mate, you know. So I could call them Packers mate too, or my little mates. They are, you know. There's a lot, mate, and especially in Australia, it's just used to say person in a way. Very general neutral. Like I don't know. It doesn't really, you know, especially in this place that I grew up in Australia. Like if you can really do so, if you did, yeah, biggest place like I said, place like I guess not really grew up, but even still, then that place was very much like still general rolls out the window, like. But especially like the Bush and Will areas, like you still had to do the typical housewife stuff, but all expected of as a woman, but most of the time not really. It definitely, especially from the place, the environment I grew up in is basically like you have to do farm work and you come back home and you know, but it ends up splitting up the chores actually in a way like. You said really thanks. My family sound very progressive in a way, you know. Yeah, that white word, yeah. Very much like spinning up chores between males and females. Like, yeah, like someday, you know, dad would have cleaned up the house, you know, like back in the house if, you know, something, mum did something, you know, like that was an actual thing that I could and that you could expect, you know. Like, why would you not do that? Like, spit out the chores in that way. And that also goes to show as working class as well in that type of environment. And it's just like, especially on the paddock, like if you can barely lift up a shovel, then you're out there, you know. If you for some reason can't lift up a shovel, like you're injured, you stay at home. Kind of. Depends on how bloody stubborn you are, man. And how bad you are, I guess, in a way too. There is some parts of our the Welsh culture is just like, oh boy, maybe you should go to the doc or stay in your bed when you're half bloody sick. Like, you know, there's always stuff where you go and question, like, why. There's always, like I said, there's always been what's good and bad stuff, you know. That's a kind of a good thing about more with the city, like the more civilized, more city culture too. Is just like, yeah, they're not gonna make you bloody. Yes, yeah, except for the capitalism culture, like actually, the city was pretty good, and you know, if you need to go to the doctor, you go to the doctor. Type of attitude as well, if you get what I mean. When we like, when especially was on the coast in that large town, it was very much like it was less more like what was need not have to go to the doctor, even if the main doctor you just see GP, you know, like a general practitioner. That's what GP means. If someone says that, you know, like just general health check. No, usually you have to go for them if you want to go anything further. I don't know, I'm pretty sure that's pretty universal in my opinion, but maybe not, actually, you know. I don't know what we're gonna do when we one of our 16 cookies. You know what I mean? I think we do have a problem with value. Gonna buy chopped chip cookies. So the reason why the value was working with the chopped chip cookies is because I went straight from mixing bowl to oven. Okay, get half the. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Starting to get to a point where my nose is starting to get money, and so it's really nice. I don't know if you guys could probably tell, but one of the devlogs, I had to bloody leave because it's basically coming down. A waterfall, I felt like. I still feel like a too much information situation, you know? Do you ever want to know what order, like, to make cookies in? It's always butter and sugar first. This goes for biscuits as well. And then egg and then flour. Flour is the last one you put in there. Now, we have... So now I want to go... Let's make some milk chocolate. Oh, yes. There's big, you know, those big giant cookies that be the size of your fist. Yeah, those are the ones that I want, like, the most. Because it does feel like you can get a nice, good meal out of them. See, now that equals 0 for some reason. Why? Is the question. Is the question why? Actually ended up with food camel slices today because they're just like, here you go when the card here you go and go basically when the card denied. I'm like, the card denied. And it's like, here you go, bye. I find it really funny. I don't know why it does do that. Then it does figure itself out, I think. I don't know. There we go. I wonder when I was going. Cheeky things. Wait. So if whoops cap if tap the I hate cap lock. Its existence to me is the worst. Okay, doesn't go 0. I'm going up a random tree here. Oh. went from this top and like cool cookies to not a industry. I almost overwhelmed some poor but overwhelmed a lot of poor buggers with that, being able to go different topics of conversation like that and understand it. I can really sometimes speak to conversations. Not very good. Not very good when both of them don't understand the conversation. Both parties, eventually. It usually happens. Isn't it just good having great habits? What time is it? Oh, shit. If they, we'll have to see what this does actually. Then we have to finish up, you know. Here we go. I don't remember exactly what I wanted to see, but I guess that. Someone. Yeah, there we go. I also think with chopped chips, I need the cutting board. Where is the cutting board these days? Cutting board up here? No, it's not. I might actually knock out the fridge one here and the player things and the stuff. So you know we have less tabs up top. I don't guess it counts. So where's the chopped chips these days? I wanna make them into output 3 rather than 2. Do they have a value? They should have a value. Chopped chips. Chalk. No, gone too far now. Box. Which one? Which one? There you go. Box. This one for the value? No, the other one's for the value, so the job item is for the value. So chalk. Oi, Betsy. Chip. Oh, job item no. There we are. So now we'll drop 3. I feel like that is a very much like a better way of having that work. I'm like, what's going on there? And it's just like, no, it's over here then. Alright, better get up our display and see what it would do. Making 200 resources probably going to be solving our biggest problem. Let's be making 2 new resource. I definitely fix it up with the floor stuff. That problem with the floor stuff, so if we go into, but I guess that's because those items themselves get to keep them also on too. So we have 2 over here, and we still have 1 over here. Then we can merge them. We still have 1 over here. That took a bit of work to get organized. Whoa, $16. I haven't seen that before 10. Okay, let's see. 1, 2. Actually, you might have got it fixed now. Who knows? Or working a lot. Who knows if it's fixed? I went in a bug because I was leaving. Else. We can do that pretty much. Just wanted to do, you know, like this, you know. Get to do this yesterday. Haven't done much like lately. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get the butter. Put that in there. There we go. Okay, is that this? What the fuck? Over these out, my man. I don't know if you guys picked up that sound or not. This might be before this, probably. I guess Forge Mountain will never be created, so that would be the best character. I don't think I'll need this too much. I think this should be okay. Because I don't use the available once again. So maybe that's the golden child, but we'll never know. Today, I'll have to end it there. So guys, I hope you enjoy. Don't forget like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to play What's Outside's demo and wishlist it. Yeah! Do all that kind of stuff too. Hopefully get some of the other games off out later when I get time to. It's gonna be the holidays, it's gonna be bloody busy. For me at least, doing all the work. don't know what I'm gonna do about my big computer boy, my big wig. Problem is, not only I can't fix him, is that it's really hard to access him as well. Like, I'm surprised most of the time trying to access him because I had to move stuff out of the way of him every single morning. I was driving me upside up the wall. So I don't know. Yeah. What next sector goes, but hope you join. Again, don't forget let's drive on this one. Check out some of the other links as well down below. As long as they aren't the outdated ones. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you next time. Goodbye.